trying to find an exchange program, and I was very. I really wanted to go to a place that had a culture very different from mine. So I come from Spain, and I think Philippines is already a big difference.
How long have you been here in the Philippines?
This is my June will be my 6th month here.
Okay. How do you adjust with the culture of the Philippines in your own culture?
I didn't know. I knew a little bit before coming because there's so many Spanish connections to Filipino culture. But when I came here, most of the things were different also. So I guess with the help of people explaining, and you just have to adapt. I know I'm not in my country, so I just adapted to where I am.
Have you have any Filipino friends?
Yeah.
How many?
Actually, like in all of my classes, I just have Filipinos. So, and I live in a dorm with 3 Filipinas. So I'm surrounded by just Filipinos, like almost all the time. I have friends on the IS, but mostly they're Filipinos.
How do you socialize with them?
I think it's easy because all Filipinos know English. The other problem in Asian countries is I really have a hard time like communicating with people. But here it's fine because everyone speaks English, and when I came, everyone was like so excited for me to come. They were all coming to talk to me and everything, so it was fun.
Do you miss your country when you're staying here?
Well, you always miss certain things. Like I did this because I wanted to, and it's also a short amount of time, so you don't get very homesick because you will have to come back. So it actually makes you want to experience this as much as you can. But yeah, of course, like we don't eat rice, so here I'm eating rice 3 times a day.
It's so different.
Why? Tell me, why do you want to study here in the Philippines?
The main reason was actually the culture, like just in like the type of country, sorry. Just start to see like a different place, different people, and because if I go to any other country in like Europe or North America or even Australia, I think the culture is very similar still to like the European one. But I think Philippines has got the Asian country culture, but also it's easy because they all speak English.
Yeah, true. But sometimes we're not good at English. We can still.
People are not confident, but at least they understand. In China, they won't even look at you.
Are there some other schools that it's recommended to you rather than
Mapua.
No, actually, Mapua has got a special program with my university back in Spain. So it started just 2 years ago. So some Spaniards are started to come here, and hopefully in 1 year or 2, Filipinos will start going back to my school.
So, what is one difference between the education here in the Philippines and in your country?
In university level, it's very different. There's so much more students in our classes. Maybe depends on your course, but maybe there can be classes in uni with 100 students and just the teacher giving lecture. Also, we usually have 2 teachers for the same subject. One of them will teach you theory, and the other one will help you with problems. So we have 2 sessions like different. Also, our labs are different. Here's more what high school type will be in Spain.
What is your first impression when you first came in here in the Philippines?
The heat.
I knew it!
I came in January. January is a winter month for us. Actually, like 2 weeks after I came, it was snowing in my hometown. And then here it's like, what?
And we're all like wearing.
And no, I wasn't. I knew it was summer here. I'm just surprised that there's people wearing long sleeves and jackets, and
Right?
and I'm like, what?
Like this time of weather, it's really cold for us.
Yeah, that's like crazy. I'm still like, no.
Do you experience any problems when you stay here in the Philippines?
Well, sometimes the culture is hard because we don't have the same culture, and it's hard to adapt. But I would say everything is being fairly okay.
Is it hard to travel here in the Philippines by yourself? Or you're always
Well, most of the times I've been with people because there was always someone who wanted to join, but I don't think it would be that hard. Depends on where you go. Like I don't go out at night alone. That's what everyone says and stuff. But for the rest, I think it's okay. It's hard because there's traffic, you know. I like my experience was like just take the jeepney, go on Google Maps, and be like, oh, I'm close enough. Could you stop, please? But yeah, I'm usually with people.
Is it really hard, like when you're giving the money to the driver or something?
I
sometimes?
think the first time it will be hard, but the first time I took a jeepney by myself, I had already done it with Filipinos for like some time, so I already you already know how it works, blah blah blah. So at least I wasn't so lost. So every time, like when I started commuting alone instead of just Grab, because Grab is easy for
Yeah.
even for exchange. But for the jeepney, I only took jeepney alone after I had taken it with Filipinos,
Yeah.
so I already know.
Oh, are you going to provinces sometimes?
Yeah.
Oh, where?
I was in Batangas with a girl from the IS that she lives in Batangas, so I went to visit her house. I've been in the north of Luzon. I went in a trip with a guy from the IS actually, and then I've been traveling in. I had a whole month of vacation, so my parents actually came from Spain to come. So we went to Palawan, and then I was in Cebu, Bohol, Siquijor. So
What is one part of your culture that you'd like to share with us?
I would like to share, especially all the connections that are with the Spanish, because there's so many connections in food, in culture.
yeah.
But I have encountered that many Filipinos are not aware of that.
Yes,
Sometimes they speak and I'm like, "Oh, this is Spanish, you know," and they are like, "Oh, what?" I'm like, "Yeah, it is just the same." So I think you actually know a lot, or you could know a lot about Spanish culture, but it's just that they don't know.
Can you give one example of food?
Yeah, adobo is a Spanish word. Empanada is a Spanish.
Really?
Yeah, see, like Filipinos don't know, but
I know empanada, but I don't
Yeah,
know adobo.
adobo is a Spanish word. Yeah.
What's the meaning of adobo?
Here you say adobo for the whole plate, like
Yeah.
a dish. Adobo for us is just a mix of species that you put on a meat in order to preserve and then after that cook. It's not one specific, but it's a Spanish. A fritada is a Spanish word.
What? Really?
Is there any more?
If you let me think, I'm sure I'll come up with some other. Because, you know, it's the same. Like, oh, yeah, I know this. Oh, you say hígado. We say hígado is a type of meat, like the liver. I know people eat it here. It's the same hígado. It's a Spanish word. So there's so many things that they speak. I'm like, yeah, I know.
They didn't tell us about that.
Yeah, I know it. So I encounter so many Filipinos that are like, oh, really? I'm like, yeah.
Is it fun to be a foreign student here in the Philippines?
Yeah, I would say. It's fun to be in the Philippines. It's hard to adapt and everything, but I think that's the fun part.
If you have any friends in your country, would you recommend them to study here in the Philippines?
Yeah, I would try. Most people is more. I mean, you have to understand. For us, it's so far. It's so unknown, and people will have some like ideas that might not be true. But as for being in a European country, they might think this is not as safe, or they have these ideas before coming. But I think it's worth it. It's not.
How come we're gonna stay in the Philippines?
Only 6 months. I actually leave after this year.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
They don't allow us to stay any longer.
Why?
Because you know this kind of contract that the university
okay.
has
Yes,
with
yes.
my other university.
Only 6 months?
It's only 6 months.
So you've been here for 2 terms already?
Yeah, this is my second term.
If you have any chance to go back here in the Philippines, will you?
Yeah, maybe I actually have 1 more year in Spain to graduate, and then who knows? Maybe after that I come.
Yeah. Okay, thank you.
My name is David. Do you want my surname as well, perhaps?
Yeah.
David Fredrickson.
Yes.
Yeah.
How old are you?
I am 26 years old.
Where do you come from?
I come from Sweden,
Oh.
specifically Stockholm, the capital.
So what's the reason that you came here in the Philippines?
So I was actually offered this, we can call it a project. It's actually a master thesis from a professor in a course that I have back in Sweden.
Yeah.
So he has a collaboration project with Mapua University, and specifically Dr. Delias P. Sonoro, who is a professor in material science, if I'm not mistaken. So they have this collaboration project, and every year they send 2 to 3 students from Sweden to Mapua, and 2 to 3 students from Mapua to Sweden, so we did an exchange. And I applied to this project this year, and I got a position. So I'm doing my master thesis with this project.
So how long have you been here?
I've been here for 3 months.
Oh.
So it's like half the time of the master thesis. It's prolonged to be 6 months. So I do 3 months in Sweden where I actually did like all the prerequisites of the materials I need. And when I came to the Philippines, I actually started to produce products from it and characterize the products in terms of mechanical properties and chemical properties. I would like to say that I'm a bit traveled guy. I've been traveling a lot in my life. I think this is my 46th or 47th country.
Wow.
I've found so many beautiful sceneries in the Philippines. I visited a lot of different islands. I went around in Luzon is right. Luzon is like the main area. Right?
Yeah,
Luzon. So I've been traveling around to different provinces and different areas. I recently came back from Palawan. Unfortunately, I was stranded there and it was really bad weather. But Coron was very beautiful.
What can you say would be your favorite place in the Philippines?
That is a tough one actually. But I think I have to say it's a place called Magalawa Island. It's northwest of Zambales. Why I consider it to be the most beautiful place is because it was the first time I witnessed a sunrise on the beach with like turquoise water and white sand. I mean, it was amazing.
When you were traveling, you get to experience all different kinds of food. Have you ever tried Philippine food?
Oh yes. I try to eat as much as I can.
What do you like most?
That's also dead end. I must say it's in between. Oh, this is hard. I think bulalo and sinigang. Both of them are really good. Yeah. The reason why I love sinigang is because a little bit background on me. My mother is from Armenia and my father is from Sweden, and I'm born in Sweden. So this is like a nostalgia for me when I tried sinigang. And this is what I was raised on, and I love it. The best sinigang is probably with salmon.
How did you adjust with the Philippine culture?
I wouldn't say there was like a big adjustment, honestly. I guess I'm a pretty like carefree person, so I really don't have any problems with adjusting in that sense. I don't really feel like this. It is an adjustment. I just try to fit in the system where I go. The Filipinos have been very friendly. Obviously, I love it here. It's a very beautiful country, tropical country.
What do you think of Mapua University in general?
It's a very fun university, I would say. You focus a lot on knowledge, you focus a lot on the development, and focus a lot on the involvement of the people here and the students.
So what do you do in your spare time if you don't research?
Well, I try to be outside as much as possible, so spend time with friends, spend time going to, different places, bars. I'm not really big of a shopping guy, I don't shop that much. If I'm not outside, I'll probably just watch some series at home, I listen to music, I try to create music using different programs. I'm very interested in music, I mean, it's a big part of my life. I listen to Filipino music. My mother is probably very worried, but she knows that it doesn't really matter what she's going to say. She knows I'm a responsible person and I take care of myself, and I will probably do what I want to do. I mean, in the event that she would say like, please don't go, I would probably not do it, because I don't want her to be hectic for a long time if I'm out traveling.
So how old are you when you start traveling by yourself?
I think I was 15 the first time I traveled, and I went to Chile. I was not alone though. I went with a couple of friends. Otherwise, my
Oh.
mother would never allow that.
Oh.
I can see myself going back to the Philippines a lot of times in my life. I would probably consider the Philippines would be like top 5 countries I've been to so far.
Mm.
Just because everything is revelating in this country. I love the food, I love the sceneries, there's so many different places I can visit. And every time you discover one place, there's like 5 more places that are better than that. So you can never satisfy the travel, like the inner traveler in you when you're in the Philippines. So I can definitely see myself coming back here. And I would probably bring my friends as well as family as, I don't know, future family? I don't know.